So hey guys, now let's get on to my review of Green Lantern issue number 5. Now before I start this issue off, let me show you the cover of this issue because I really love this issue, the cover of this issue. So you can see here, Sinestro and Hal Jordan on top of a pile of Sinestro Corp members. And it says right here, 2 against 1,000. And I like this cover. There was actually a variant cover of Hal Jordan and Sinestro actually just together on the front cover, but like it was a really close-up shot and they were holding constructs of Tommy guns, which is pretty cool, but I thought this one was a bit cooler. But anyways, let's get on to my review of Green Lantern issue number 5. Now, in the last issue, we saw Sinestro give everybody who was on the planet of Korugar, who, you know, his home planet, and he gave everybody, you know, Green Lantern rings. And of course, in the end of the issue, we saw everybody turn against Sinestro and try to use the ring against him. Now, if you've seen in the last couple of issues, Hal Jordan tried doing that. He tried to use the Green Lantern ring that Sinestro gave him to, you know, attack Sinestro. But, of course, it's Sinestro controls the ring, you know. It will not attack its, you know, creator. Or, you know, he can control whether or not you get enough power in order to, you know, create a construct or even keep your Green Lantern form. And that's what happens. Basically, I forgot her name, but the police officer of Korugar actually tries to attack Sinestro, and she uses the ring and actually blasts it. Like, she uses an energy blast and hits Sinestro. But of course, like we said, it will not attack its creator or harm its creator. So basically, she did nothing to him. And after that, you know, Sinestro was just testing her to see if she is able to use the ring or harness the ring's power because, you know, everybody who's there, you know, this is the first time getting the ring, and at the first time, it's pretty hard to use. You gotta have a really strong will and no fear at all to use the ring. So he was just testing her out. And what happens is, you know, now they have to find a way to, you know, break out of the cell. So what he does is he calls the Green Lantern to come over here, the lantern, his battery power, to come over and actually, you know, break through the cell. And that's what happens. It breaks through the cell, and, you know, his whole home planet, everybody there is basically coming out, and he releases Hal Jordan and tells Hal Jordan to suit up. It was a really good, really awesome kind of, you know, scene, or a couple pages. So what happens is, of course, they start attacking the Sinestro Corps. And while they're attacking the Sinestro Corps, Hal Jordan and Sinestro are actually going back to the Sinestro Corps' battery power. So they're going back to their the big lantern that was that Hal Jordan tried to, like, you know, infiltrate and destroy. But what happened was, Sinestro said the lantern was actually trying to protect him or help him or somehow. And then, you know, Hal Jordan was like, how is it helping me? It was, you know, breaking down my molecules and, you know, almost trying to absorb me. And then, you know, Sinestro says, you know, that's not what was happening and stuff like that. But what happens is, after that happens, they go back into the lantern, and Sinestro's plan was actually to, you know, draw out and filter all the power from the Sinestro Corps' battery power. So he was absorbing all that power and funneling it. So what happens is he just put the battery power into survival mode. And for it to continue surviving, it would have to, you know, take up all the energy from all the Sinestro Corps members around it to, you know, survive and start, you know, keep lighting up. So what happens is that happens, and, you know, every Sinestro Corps member is taken down. They have their power drained and they're knocked out unconscious until the battery, you know, is turned on again. But it's not going to, because Sinestro won't allow it. And what happens is, of course, he saves everybody from his home planet. But, of course, they still think of him as an enemy, and, you know, Sinestro Corp leaves with Hal Jordan with the battery power and all the Sinestro Corp members. And he's bringing them back to Oa. Now, Hal Jordan and Sinestro had an agreement where if Hal Jordan helped Sinestro, he would get his ring and be able to use it again, to be a Green Lantern. But Sinestro said, yeah, I will give you the ring, but I never said I would give you the power to use it. And, you know, Hal Jordan was pretty upset, pretty pissed, and Sinestro sent him back to Earth. And, you know, upon doing that, Hal Jordan is not the happiest man alive. But what happens is basically he finds Carol, and he asks Carol for forgiveness, and Carol gave him a second chance. Or let's just say the 10th chance in a row they've been together. And that's what happens to Hal Jordan. But I think he still wants to get the power, for the Green Lantern ring back, because he said he wants to, get the Green Lantern power, to work again. And basically what happened is actually Sinestro also talked about how he was going to explain why the Sinestro battery core was actually, helping him in the way. But he said he will explain later on, which I do not know when it's going to happen, maybe in later on issues. But, of course, Sinestro goes back to Oa, and the Guardians, said, okay, Sinestro has returned with the Sinestro Corps, and he has taken them all down. Now it is time to go into the Dark Secret Chamber and release the first Green Lantern. I do not know much, but I don't know who the first Green Lantern is, but now the Guardians are saying that, it is time for him to come out and lead the third, army, the new corps that's coming along, and destroy the Green Lantern Corps. And, like Sinestro said, the Guardians are dangerous. They are the protectors of the universe, but, they're the ones who decide, what's going to happen, because they have the Green Lanterns patrolling the whole universe. They can destroy the universe itself, with their own greed and power and, whatnot. So the Guardians are finally turning into more of villains in this story. And I love the Green Lantern issue. It's great. Now I'm really excited to see who the first Green Lantern is and what the new army is going to have in store for us. And, that's about it. I mean, I've seen a bit of stuff from, like, the Green Lantern Guardians, the new Guardians, and, like, Green Lantern Corps, but not enough to know what's really going on. I really want to pick up those issues, but for now I'm just going to stick with Green Lantern. But Green Lantern is still a great issue. And yeah, I hope you guys check out Green Lantern issue number 5. Really great issue. So, talk to you guys later.